Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. We're here with another session of Open Diner. This is a camera-on event, so if you could kindly turn on your cameras, that would be great. We find that it helps us connect to each other. During our discussion, priority will be given to those with their cameras on, and some of our activities requires being able to see each other. So in order to fully benefit from this event, please turn on your cameras. As usual, we are here to create a friendly and supportive environment. We ask that you remain respectful, speak briefly, and listen to others. We have a lot of very interesting activities and content to share with you. Our goal is to have a great time while exploring this very interesting topic and come out of this event with more clarity and a great feeling of connection. My name is Willie, and I am your host today.
Hi, everyone. My name is Linda. I'm another host today. And I'd like to thank you all for being here. And like Willie said, our topic today is, are we living in a matrix? Essentially, what we're talking about is our future predetermined? Do we have freedom of choice? Or is everything defined by destiny? After all, we don't choose to be born. We don't choose the family that we're born into or the society in which we live for, usually for the first 18 years of our lives. We're born with a certain set of genes and characteristics. In fact, psychologists and biologists tell us that most of our personality traits are formed in the first 5 to 7 years of our lives. We're also greatly influenced by our environment, the media, social norms, pressures, etc. That creates in us a system, a mechanism by which we act and calculate. Essentially, what we calculate at every given moment, completely on a subconscious level, is given all the data that is predetermined, how will this situation or action benefit me? Our nature is egoistic. That means that we are programmed to seek the maximum self-benefit with the least amount of effort. That means that I will not lift a finger unless I unconsciously determine that lifting a finger will somehow benefit me. And this creates a certain matrix for our lives. We're operating according to this program. All of our attributes are predefined inside, and all the circumstances are predefined on the outside. And as long as we live this way, we're actually living in a matrix. We are not free to make a choice without all the influence of internal and external data that is predefined and predetermined. Is there a way out of this matrix? We'll find out today.
So we're going to move to our icebreaker in a minute. But first, some announcements and reminders. This is a camera-on event, so if you could kindly turn on your cameras, that would be great. We find that it helps us connect to each other. If you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, welcome. And please tell us your name and where you're from. Participate. Answer questions in the comment. We'll try to read them. Stay on topic. Please remember to keep your answers short because we want to try to get to everyone. And remember to mute your microphone when you're finished speaking.
Okay. Thank you, friends. That was an interesting intro. Looking forward to the rest of the evening. But we're going to start off tonight with a very fun icebreaker. We're going to play charades. Now, I'm sure most of you have played charades before, right? We're going to keep it simple because we're on Zoom and we're not together in one room. So we're going to not be splitting up into teams or anything like that. We're going to be one team. We're going to be playing together. And we're not competing. Like I said, we're going to work together. We're going to take turns acting out one word or a short phrase that I give you. and everyone else is going to try to guess it. When it's your turn to act, you'll be given a category. We're going to set a timer for 1 minute, and you must act out something in your category using facial expressions, actions, something with your hands, but without saying a single word. Okay, so make sure you are muted when it's your turn, when you're speaking, when you're doing the action. I'll go over it as we go, but everyone else is going to be unmuted so they can answer and to try to guess the word that you're acting out. When someone guesses the word correctly, the person that's doing the charade is going to unmute themselves and announce the winner who actually got the answer right. And then that person is going to go next. So who's brave and who wants to be the first one to do this? I got to make sure I can see everybody. Who would like to go first? We're going to get this as we go. It's very simple. Nobody wants to go first?
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay, Willie. Okay. So Willie's going to mute himself right now, and everybody else is going to unmute themselves. Willie, mute yourself. Okay. And your category, Willie, is going to be a food. We have to guess what Willie is doing now. Okay. Go ahead.
Sandwich.
Corn on the cob.
Watermelon.
Ooh. Who is the winner there, Willie?
Susie.
Susie?
Watermelon.
Okay, so Susie, you're next. Good job. So we're going to get the gist of this. So everybody else stay unmuted. Susie, mute yourself. And your category is going to be a leisure activity.
Okay.
Susie, mute yourself.
Yeah, mute yourself.
Playing the guitar. Playing the guitar.
He got it. Willie got it.
You go again.
Is the game between Susie and Willie? Okay.
Gerard's tennis.
I don't mind.
At least you're going to be next. Okay, so Willie, mute yourself. Everybody stay unmuted. Okay, Willie, show us an emotion or an emotions, anything.
Emotion.
Happy.
Excited.
Laughter.
This is easy. Okay, I got to get harder ones here. Okay, who got that one? Willie, who was the one that got that?
That was happy. Who said happy?
Linda, I think. Linda, okay.
Okay.
All right, Linda, mute yourself. Your would be occupation. An occupation.
I can't see your arms.
Fishing.
Sewing. No.
Knitting. Knitting.
Oh, like she's making a pizza.
Wait, we can't see hands. Go higher up. So there you go. A puppet master.
Crocheting.
A pasta maker.
Pasta.
Making pizza.
Playing a net.
What is that winding thing?
Making a salad.
Did someone actually pay her for this?
Oh, making that string, the string out of
Mozzarella maker. I don't know.
making pasta out of.
What's the category again?
You have 20 seconds.
Occupation.
Occupation. Okay.
You have 20 seconds left.
David Mancini says washing hair.
Oh. What? No? Okay.
Grooming animal.
Secretary.
A doctor?
Oh,
A
no.
typist, a typist.
Oh.
Oh, he's a doctor. Somebody got it.
What kind of doctor is that? That must be a matrix doctor.
I
That's
was
I
doing surgery, taking out testes.
Wow.
Love it.
don't know. Surgery. My goodness. Okay.
He knows all about dogs.
Did anybody get that? Did anybody
Yeah,
get
who
surgery?
Who said doctor?
Somebody
No, someone
said
said
Somebody
doctor.
did it.
Somebody said
Wow.
doctor.
Rano said he went like that.
Okay.
Rano? Okay, Rano, you're next. Okay,
Yeah,
Rano, mute yourself. The next one will be your category is daily routine. A daily routine. Being Rano.
Meditating.
Thinking.
Frowning.
Being
Thinking.
upset.
He's thinking.
Running.
Running.
Jogging.
Walking. Jogging.
What was it? Runner? A runner?
I think
Rob
Rob got it. Jogging.
Rob, yeah.
Rob got it? Very good, Rob. Okay. Okay, Rob, mute yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. An animal. An animal.
An owl.
Elephant. Elephant.
There you go.
Yeah, I think Roberta got that.
I got that one. Okay, I'll do one. Ready? Okay. I'll mute myself.
What's the category? Oh,
Basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball.
I didn't want to say the category, but yes, I should have. It was a sport. Okay, that's why I probably shouldn't have went. But yes,
Go
you got
again.
that right, Linda. You got it right. Basketball. Okay. Linda, mute yourself.
I think it was Susie.
It was
Susie.
me. Okay. Me and myself.
Susie, mute yourself. Okay. Musical instrument. A musical instrument.
drums.
How can you get that?
You got it.
Doesn't make
Yeah, Nina
Okay.
got that one.
anything. You
Nina
guys
got it.
Linked.
I have 6 drums I could have practiced with, but that worked. It worked.
I was like bongo, right? But okay.
Well,
Linda,
yeah,
Nina
same
got
thing.
it.
Same thing. Okay.
True, true. Okay, Nina, you ready? Daily routine. A daily routine.
Brushing
Brushing
your
your
teeth.
teeth.
Brush your teeth.
Very good.
Not
Okay.
everyone asks.
Everybody was.
Who
Yeah,
didn't?
now everybody can
At
do
least
it.
Everybody got one. Elisa, you didn't go yet, did you?
I hope not to, but okay.
How are you gonna go?
Oh, you must. You must.
How are you gonna go? Okay, so Elisa's muted. Ready? Emotions. Emotions.
Confused.
Fear.
Despair.
Frustration.
Despair.
Scared.
Shock.
Oh, okay. Amazed.
Terror.
Surprise.
Do it again.
Confused.
Willie, say it again. What did you say?
Amazed.
Yes, Willie is right.
Oh.
Amazed. Okay. Amazed. All right. Okay. Ready? Willie, mute
Ready.
yourself. Ready? Occupation. Well, that could be.
Shoveling.
Digger.
Shoveling
Grave
shit.
digging.
That's politics. That's politics.
The one who digs the grave. What is
Susie,
that
this is a family show.
Yeah. What is that called?
Sorry. So sorry.
Say Nina said a grave. A grave. Digging a grave. Got to a body,
Digging a
man.
grave.
That's morbid. Okay.
Sho-
Yeah, a
shoveling.
grave.
Shoveling.
So I go
Digging a
again.
grave.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. We have time for a couple more?
I'll be good, Rob. I'll be good.
Let's give
Okay.
Dan one. Let's give Dan one.
Okay.
All right, Dan. We have an animal.
A bee.
A mosquito.
A
Like a
mosquito.
mosquito.
Okay.
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 Okay. Okay. Okay. So Susie, you ready? I think we have time for maybe 1 or 2 more, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Ready? Occupation.
Secretary.
Piano.
Type
player.
and secretary.
Was it a secretary?
I think Rob got it. I was going to say typist or secretary, and Rob said secretary first thing.
Oh,
By
no,
the way-
that means I got to go again.
Yeah. By the way, I can type 130 words a minute without a mistake. Woo!
Wow.
Wow.
I used to have judges come and sit on my desk and dictate to me, and I'd hand them a perfect paper back in the day.
I could do it too, but thank you for Google correct. Oh, and everything is correct. Without that, my God, I'd be illiterate.
And I can't do it at all.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
Okay, one more? Okay.
Yeah.
And who goes?
Rob.
Rob, ready? Okay. Which one didn't we do? All right, leisure activity. I know we did it, but.
Dancing?
Flying.
No, flying,
Hi.
Surfing,
surfing, surfing.
There you go.
right? Surfing, cool. Let me
Yeah,
see.
surfing, but I'm not sure who said it first. But I think I was the last one anyway, wasn't I?
How are we
Willie.
doing on time? Let me see something, guys. Are we good on time? I'm sorry, we're a little bit over time. Let's do one more. Okay, we're gonna give it to Nina. Then we won't get yelled at that we're doing one more. Ready? Nina.
Can't stop
Okay, let's do Nina. Nina. Musical instrument.
Flute.
Float.
Flute. Excellent. Well, give everybody yourselves a round of applause. That was fun. See, now, this worked this time. Now, next time, we're going to maybe try to do a sentence, a famous phrase. We were testing this one out. So this was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll hand it back to Willie.
Now that we are warmed up, let's watch a video on our topic. Are we living in a matrix?
Let's all mute again first.
Yes, please.
Would you look? If you could peer into the pages of your future, would you want to? Knowing that with this knowledge you would not be able to change a single detail? It's written in this book that tomorrow you'll get a speeding ticket, and tomorrow one event leads to another that leads you to have to get into your car even though you said you wouldn't even get in the car, and causes you to speed, and you nevertheless get that ticket. Such a book would let us realize that we're in a kind of matrix, like the movie, unable to do anything that is outside of a certain fence. We simply won't go out of this fence, and this fence is our nature. As long as you go with the impulses that are inside of you emerging in each moment, you stay inside this matrix. There was an episode of The Seinfeld Show where the character George decides he's going to do the opposite of every one of his instincts. But we can't break out of this matrix by doing the opposite. I want to go to a movie, so I won't go to a movie. Breaking out of the matrix of our nature and the unpleasant cycles that it constantly leads us through requires an oppositeness that we can't even feel this vector yet. It's a direction that doesn't occur to us naturally and which can only be described as connection. Now, we don't know what this connection that I'm talking about is. We've never experienced it. It's not this, or even this. It's something a bit like this, but on the human level. And reaching it eventually is written in the book of our future. It's what everything else was leading to. Want to know what's written in your private book without having to worry about each and every speeding ticket? Yours is a perfect contribution through a series of events and actions that will happen to you. A contribution to this perfect connection that will take place between humanity eventually at the end of our development. Just like when an embryo is developing, the different particles and cells have to be born, some die, some connect and take new forms. Humanity has to traverse many different stages, and humanity's development is the cumulative effect of all of the stages each of us go through. And all of these stages of negotiation and negative connections allow us to eventually bind into one thing without hugging each other. But just like the parts of an atom are not touching, we will be connected by a force. And we're going through many unpleasant stages, like the stages of life during our education and our growth that don't feel good at the time, but eventually make us who we are. So what does this mean for you, who in service of this end goal for all of humanity must get a speeding ticket tomorrow? There's a way that you can go through each and every event in life such that you are welcoming it because you identify with the goal to which it is leading. For example, if there's an actor who's getting a big paycheck to do a scene in which he has to get a speeding ticket, it affects him very differently. In fact, he's welcoming the moment when he will get this ticket and he'll play his part. And we can do the same thing if we only start to vibrate with the end goal of the universe. There's a certain vibration on which this end goal exists. We can reach equivalency with that frequency of the end goal of all of reality and start to take in all of the situations that come to us in a totally different way. And it turns out that that speeding ticket that you're definitely going to get tomorrow didn't have to come because there had to be in the plan of creation a piece of paper with your name on it and a corresponding fine. But what did have to occur was the inner ouch. The ouch that occurred when you got that ticket contributed to the accumulation of millions and billions of inner cries from all of humanity that come as we feel our lack of balance, our lack of equivalence of form with the goal of creation, which, as I said, is a special kind of connection between all human beings. And everything negative that we go through just into the quality of this lack of connection. In the lack of good connection between us and reality, between us and all the other people, we feel tickets, wars, divorces, and so on. These are signals from the system that we belong to that we're in a lack of peace with it. We're in a lack of harmony with it. If we'll connect differently, if we'll balance ourselves with the reality that we're in a slightly different way, we'll see a totally different picture. All the disharmony and unpleasantness that we and all of humanity feel is nature making corrections, like sores that pop up on a body to indicate a problem within. What this also means is that if I could reach this inner cry that that speeding ticket was supposed to lead me to, then I don't need the speeding ticket. You'll go through the essence of getting the speeding ticket, which was that inner pinch, but in a different way. By learning about and identifying with the goal to which all of these sufferings are actually leading you and everyone else. And by identifying with this goal, I mean actually learning what this goal is, what's great about it, and starting to yearn, starting to want it to happen. This yearning towards the goal can compensate for all of the inner yearning that all of the speeding tickets would have caused me. There are a set number of proverbial speeding tickets that exist within the system, within the book of our future, and they stand in line waiting to cause us to actually want to reach this goal which nature has in store for us. All of the negative human interactions, every one of them on the individual and global historical level, contributes to this collective inner ouch, this sensation that we are not properly connected. And this lack of connection is actually showing us the opposite of the beautiful, good connection, truly the Garden of Eden that we could create on earth were we to properly connect.
Wow, that was interesting. A lot of information. So now we'll move to our round discussions. But before we do that, we have some etiquette rules that we'd like to go over. May be posted shortly, but as they are being posted, here they come. All right, our round table etiquette. We are here to build a space of support, love, care, and warmth. Everyone is equal and very important. That's why we want to hear from each one of you. We go around the table and speak briefly on the topic so everyone will have a chance to speak. We want to hear from everyone. Listen attentively. That will give you a clue as what you should say next. There are no right or wrong answers, so you can't be wrong. There are no right or wrong answers. The truth is in the center of our connection. So now for our first question, round question. And I think our order is in the chat. Yes. All right. If you want to know what order you're going to be called upon, you can look in the chat. And the first question, and Rob, you up the first. The first question is, how can we go through every event in our lives in such a way that we welcome it? Let me read that again, and it's also in the chat. How can we go through every event in our lives in such a way that we welcome it?
Thank you, Willie. Once again, no pressure. That was an awesome video. It really was. And to answer the question, taking a cue from the video, I would say that everything that happens to us happens to us to point us in the right direction towards the goal that the speaker was talking about, which is connection of humanity. So if we know that that's the object, that everything that happens seemingly negative is to show us that there's imbalance and put us back on track, then yeah, we can welcome it then. It takes the sting out of the pain.
Oh, wow, it sure would help us. What do you say, Roberta?
I say I'm going to do it with the movement of my hand, because this is a tough question really to answer, but it's true. If we could only know in the moment when something happens that it's actually helping us for the betterment of ourselves and humanity, it would be great. But a lot of times I think of this, if something happens afterwards, it's easy to say, I see it. I said, I get it. But in the moment of it, it's difficult. But to know that everything in the universe is planned, like I was, planting because, spring is here and flowers. I look at a seed and I look at it and I say, this little seed is going to be a plant that's going to produce peppers, let's say. That little seed is planting into something bigger. The same thing that happens with us. If we learn from it, we could grow and become better people and really, help humanity by what we learn from what we go through and save someone else going through what I went through if I only learned from it and expressed it and shared it with somebody else. So there's a lot to this video. Great question. Thank you.
Sound like you're saying planning is the key. All right, Nina, what do you say?
Yeah, to add to what Roberta is saying, I think the worst thing is when you're going through something unpleasant and it feels completely senseless, like there's no purpose, there's no meaning behind it. Like, why am I just like this unlucky person, and why all this suffering? And that's what brings about like this lack of meaning, lack of purpose, brings about a lot of confusion, resentment, and all kinds of unpleasant feelings. But if you believe that everything happens for a reason, and it's the best possible thing that could have happened, regardless of the fact that my reason it doesn't see it right now, but it's the best thing for me, then you can welcome it and go through it. It's here anyway, it's happening, so you might as well go through it with a positive attitude.
There is a purpose. All right, Susie, you're next.
Well, I don't know if this comes with age, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm older than most of you. But hindsight. I mean, Gary and I, by the way, I put a link in for Gary to help Gary. He's going through a lot right now. But anyway, Gary and I came from a group where the guy actually said, that the leader said, don't say amen. Like this video, he said, don't say amen, say ouch. Because so many things were, oh yeah, ouch. And hindsight when that group went crazy and we thought it was going to be the answer to everything, and then there was betrayal and everything, it's like, if I'd have known back then that I would have grown out of it into something better, but I would never, I would say I wouldn't put that on anybody, except I chose this. I mean, we choose things unconsciously and before we were born to fix things that need fixed in us. And I'm telling you, this hindsight thing, if I'm going through something really bad right now, I go, well, I just can't wait to see how this is going to blossom out. I say, okay, I'm in the manure part. And I've said that to you guys. I am basking in the, oh, Rob said I can't say shit. So if I am in the manure, I'm preaching to me too, because sometimes when you're in the manure, you don't feel like remembering the flower that's to come. But I have learned to remind myself it's going to get better. You know this from hindsight. So love you guys.
Great. A lot of information. Thank you. I was thinking about that as you all were speaking. And the key thing here, when it says to welcome it, that means not just accept the fact that things are going to happen to you, but even to welcome it. And that takes growth. That's not easy to do just out of your mouth, so to speak. It really takes maturity and growth and acceptance of there's got to be something greater and bigger than myself that motivates and control all of this, because I'm definitely not in control. So it's something to think about. Elisa, what do you say?
Yeah, why can we go back 30 or maybe 40 years and watch this back and watch this video and ask this question, that we would be, prepared to take it and see that what is the best way to actually approach everything that happens in your life, that I feel like that has to be a part of education, that you have to greet everything and look at for me, it's just a beautiful video. It's just awesome, and look at, at life, at everything around you, like a tapestry that all our colors and shades and everything is just intertwined, and they are complement each other. And that's exactly what's needed there at the moment. And, it's pretty hard to accept, but if everyone thinks and takes life as we were suggested to, I think it would be much, much easier. Let's start. At least we can start together, this group and everyone who watches us on Facebook.
That was beautiful. Learning experience. Beautiful. Rona.
Seems a very tough thing, it's we have this mode when something bad happens to us, we say, why me? When something good happens, you forget all of that, you just, no one is thinking about being grateful or, having kind of Thanksgiving at that moment. It just wants to enjoy that thing and wants it to last as long as possible. But getting to a point where you, first of all, accept everything that happens to you, it's the tough thing, especially when it's bad. But welcoming it, it's an adult thing, we have to be very, very advanced to be able to do that. But just like Susie was saying, and also Elisa, it's about understanding that it brings you something, because eventually you're gonna get through that, and the you that is gonna come out of it will be better. And if we have this attitude that, there is a force that is so good that it only wants the best for us, then you can understand that it's, you get a benefit from everything that happens to you.
Oh, sounds like everything for growth. All right. Glad to see Nancy Wanda with us. So what do you say, Nancy? Wanda? Am I pronouncing your name correctly? And if so, you need to unmute. You need to unmute. You muted. Oh, no, there you
I'm
go.
sorry.
That's all right. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, you are, but Nancy's good enough. That's from my email address.
Oh, okay.
So Nancy's fine. I've thought about this before, the idea of living in a matrix, but not the way it was described on the video. I almost wish I could watch that thing again just to absorb it correctly, or not correctly, but more. You know what I mean? It went fast for me. I guess I have a hard time with the difference between the idea of everything already being pre-planned, like a predestination thing or destination. It mentions in the Bible somewhere that we are all predestined, but I always thought of predestined as possibly limiting our destiny, but not really making the choice for it. Like, for example, I'm sure I wasn't predestined to be the Queen of England, that kind of choice, but our destiny, I still kind of think it's up to us. So I guess I'm kind of torn or in a conflict with that. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm looking at the time, and I know we got a couple others. Maybe we go to the second question, and Linda, you be the first one up with the second one.
Can I sneak
Okay.
a Facebook question? Paula says, with a positive attitude and knowing that nothing that happens is random, every event in our lives is a lesson for us to learn from.
Wow. Who was that?
That was Paula, and she's right. Nothing
Yes. Oh, I forgot to check with Facebook. Thank you so much. So now let's go to our second question. And Linda, you're going to be the first one up. And the question is, how do we break out of the matrix? How do we break out of the matrix? So, Linda, what do you think?
Help if I unmuted.
Yes.
I think, I don't remember hearing that exactly in the video, but my personal opinion would be to just accept things as they come. Because whatever comes along, whether it be good or bad, is something that'll teach us. And it helps us along to whatever the goal is at the end.
Beautiful. All right. Now, Dan, you gave us Facebook. Let's hear your answer to that second question. How do we break out of the matrix?
Oh, thanks. I think, how do we break out of this matrix? I
asked first.
I think we need friends to do that. I think we need a team. I think we need a group of people that can help us show that that's the truth, if it is so. Because I believe other people.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Now we're back to Rob.
Yeah, thank you, Willie. Yeah, I 100% agree with Dan. I could ask the question a different way. How do we break out of this rat race? We need to seek out like-minded people who have got the goal that the videos talked about, which is connection. If we can seek out a group of people that has the same goal, that want connection, then we get ourselves out of the rat race that humanity is stuck in at the moment, and we can work towards this connection. Thank you, Willie.
Need connection. Thank you. We need connection. Roberta.
I think it's a great video. I know we just put it in the chat. If anybody would like to look at that or save it maybe for later, copy it. How do we break out of it? I think recognizing it. If we don't see it and we wouldn't know what's happening, we'd just be like everybody else going on every day, 9 to 5, geez, it happened again. 9 to 5, Tuesday, it happened again. So if you see it and say, I get it. step back and say, I'm seeing a picture now. Like you said, like-minded people. Picture, if it was me just saying it, maybe it's my imagination. Now, if I speak, let's say, to Elisa, hey, you're going through it too. There's something to this, just like the video we watched. So talking about it, being cognizant of what's happening, and then saying, I'm going to do something different today. Now you're out of the matrix. Now you say, instead of walking down the street the same way I'm going to work every day, I'm going to make a left. Now what happens? Now you're changing the direction. If you're going to the left to do something in the betterment for everybody and yourself, then you're changing the matrix to do something out of the ordinary for oneself, do something for somebody else, see what happens. So play with this game. It is a game. It is a matrix, the rat race or matrix. So this could be a game. Today's a nice day. Tomorrow is Friday. So we could play the game. If it was Monday and it was raining, I don't know. But we try. That's the whole thing, to be cognizant of it and get people that are on the track with the same goal.
Great. Change it up. All right. Confuse the system. All right, Nina.
Yeah, Roberta, if it's Monday and it's raining, you can call me and I'll remind you that it's a good day. That's why we need each other. But I think the very fact that we're talking about this is very important, because there's so many people that are living in this rat race, the 9 to 5, the whatever, same day, living the same day, the Groundhog Day, if you've seen the movie, over and over, and not asking these questions, like why is this happening? What is the purpose of it all? What's the goal? Is there something beyond all of this? I think it's very important to keep asking these questions and talking about them with like-minded people and searching for the truth. And we can break out of the matrix that way by searching for the meaning.
Beautiful. I know we ran out of time, but I got to hear from a few more people. Susie.
Okay, I so love the fact that we're supposed to listen to each other, because what Dan said, and then what Roberta said, and then what Nina said, I just kept going, yes, that's what I want to say. And it's kind of like being conscious, understanding, and then making a decision. It's kind of like when I see, yes, I know that I've been through something similar, and it was really crappy then, but I blossomed in a great way after that. You have to make a decision to talk to yourself, talk to the part of you that's wanting to be depressed and wanting to be bummed out, and say, there's a lot better bright to look at. I mean, a lot more light to look at. So I love what Roberta said. It's just like being conscious of it and then making a decision to say, I don't have to stay in anything negative. I can make a decision. I can process it. I can be honest, but I can also know that it will come out in a much, much brighter flower than this manure.
You're back to that manure again. Okay. I'm gonna make my answer short because I want to get more people in. I just think of one thing that will help us break out of the matrix, and that one thing, boy, my mind just went blank out of that for that one. Oh yes, the environment. That's what I want to say. The environment. If you choose your environment, that's the only choice we have. And if you can choose, move to and change your environment, not move, but change. And sometimes that's with an attitude. But change your environment. That's the only chance you have of making things different. Okay, Rona. I'm sorry. Now Lisa is next. Yeah, I skipped.
You're changing the matrix. That's a good idea, I think. You're playing different games. And I think, that's actually, everything you said is great. And I was just thinking that even nature gave us this break to stop and think, gave us this gap, although it was a turbulent time with pandemic and everything, but we had this break to sit at home and think about what was that before, and where would I like to go, which way, and and a lot of people took this break seriously and truly started changing the direction of their lives, because they did realize that what was before was a rat race, and now I don't want to join it, and we don't have to wait for those breaks from nature. We can do it voluntarily. That's the beauty.
Okay, I wish we can go further with it and ask some more, but we're running out of time because we have other activity that we need to get to. And I think it's going to be bringing some more fun.
It's going to be, we're ready for some dancing? Is this where I got lights going?
Yeah.
We're going to do our chair dance together now. It's a lot of fun. We do it every week, right? We're going to play some music. When you're spotlighted on the screen, do a little dance with your hands. Everyone's going to follow you. When someone else is spotlighted, everyone follows them. It's kind of like follow the leader. When you're spotlighted, you might see a message on the screen. It's simply saying that you're being spotlighted. Ignore it. Don't bother reading it. If you do, you're going to miss your turn. That's going to be your cue to do your dance move. So let's follow everybody. We got some lights going. We got some good music coming up. Let's have some fun. Let's break the matrix together. Let's do some different moves this week. What do you think? Okay, let's do it.
Face after face, race after race, from one cage to another. Mask after mask, task after task, lost in the sands.
Through you there's a cry, through you there's a light, a place to be discovered. Through you there's a way, together we pray to rise.
To see the face of love through your eyes. Together as one, and now we rise, and every word an echo from the skies, breaking the walls, hearts unite.
See a picture of me. Through you I find my flaws. Through there's a key, a place where we can open doors.
Together we yearn, the fire it burns, a chance to feel alive. A song from the heart, singing that love will cover our crime. To see the face of love through your eyes. Together as one, and now we rise, and every word an echo from the sky, breaking the wall, hearts unite. See the face of love through your eyes. Together as one, now we rise, and every word an echo from the sky, breaking the wall, hearts unite.
All right. That was amazing, everybody. I have a frog in my throat. That was great. Excellent. I saw some new moves this week. Great job. Okay. I think we're handing back to Willie.
Oh, wow.
No, I think it goes to me, Roberta.
Yes.
I'm sorry. The Matrix, the Matrix, the Matrix.
Yes.
We can't forget Linda.
We are all unique and very important. Every week we get together to create a very special connection. And each one of you contributes greatly to this connection by adding something very special that only you can add based on your qualities and characteristics. So right now, we're going to thank each other for that very unique thing that they add to our connection. Pick someone and thank them for something unique about them that you noticed or something unique they said that made tonight that much more special. Then that person thanks someone else, and so on. So, everybody get what to do? Anybody else want to start?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Susie, because I see Susie now week after week. I really like Susie because she is so full of fun. She is so eager to connect. She makes great efforts to connect, and she's not afraid of wearing her heart on her sleeve. And she always has something positive and viable to share with us. So thank you, Susie. You are awesome.
Oh, Rob, you want to get married? Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you. I love that, and I received that. I need that. I need to hear that. My life is in the shitter a lot of the times, and I play music, and you guys are so important to me. So for my choice, I'd like to choose Willie, because Willie always, no matter what, he has the dance moves. I mean, no matter what the beat, he has got the moves. Thank you, Willie. You're the life of the party.
Thank you so much. I was a young man once, and I did a lot of dancing. Made a lot of moves. I leave that alone. That's not a story. Okay, let me move on. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'd like to give a thank you to Nancy. I don't remember I know you gave a lot of depth to the answer to the question, but I'm so glad that you came back. We miss you a couple of weeks, but please continue to come back, because you add a lot to our gathering, and we need you. Okay? Now you're mute, and you pick someone.
Sorry, I keep forgetting to take it off mute. Thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. It's so hard for me to keep everybody straight, and now I've got to remember what everybody said. I think I'll go with Nina, because I thought she had some rather practical and good information to say. And I always like listening to you, and I love your red hair. I just got to tell you that. Anyway, but thank you so much for being a part of our group.
Thank you. It's about time someone says something about my red hair.
Wait a minute. I said something about your red hair when I.
That's right. That's you did. Thank you, Nancy. It's great to have you with us again. I remember you connected to us a few times before. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, sorry, I missed a couple. I got caught up. Sorry about that.
Next Thursday, we'll be looking for you. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to do an easy one. I'm going to compliment Roberta. Thank Roberta for, Roberta always puts a smile on my face. I know I can count on her for that, with her lights in the background and her great energy and sense of humor. I love it. Thank you for bringing that. You make this gathering so much warmer and funnier and more entertaining. You're a great friend. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much, Nina. You guys bring that out in me, that's for sure. I'm not like this all the time. All right. Yeah, I am. Actually, my friends know me. I am, but not with the lights. That is new. But thanks again, Nina. I'd like to pick Rano, the silent giant over there. And when he does speak, I have to say he speaks such words of wisdom. You know, I was listening to other people speak, and I said, I wonder what he's going to say. And he always comes up with something like, how did he come up with that? And you speak so well, and you speak from your heart, which is amazing because I'm telling you, there's so much I learn each week from you. And tonight, it was nothing that I couldn't say I didn't learn again. You're a very wise man. And thank you for being here. You add so much to this event also. Thanks, Rano.
Thanks, brother. I think I'm catching up for my very shy childhood. That's why. I wanted to thank Linda for the swimming dance move. Seriously, it was new. I've done all of the others before. That one was new. I was just. Come on, thank you, Linda. That was amazing.
Thank you, Rono. I think I was just kind of hoping to be in the pool. That it'd be warm enough. Okay, let's see who's next. I'd like to thank Dan. Dan, in the beginning, I wasn't sure about him. He didn't speak much. He didn't joke much, but now he's opening up more and joking more and I like it. I think you're doing great, Dan. Thank you so much for being part of our group.
Thanks, Linda. That means a lot. I really look up to you, actually. Let me sorry guys, my screens are messed up. I can't see. It's okay. We'll find somebody here. Everybody's been checking. Why can't I see my other screen here?
We have Elisa and Rob left, I think.
Rob, I just want to obviously thank you for what you do for the show. There's a background I think that Rob has, and it's nice and sunny out and stuff like that. It's actually, he keeps his place incredibly clean, if you notice. But it's likely not light out there. He's a long ways away from us, and he's in a different time zone. And yet he has monitors all around him, and he figures out how to do all this stuff for us. And that's really kind of a big deal. So thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Dan. Very kind words. Yes, it's midnight here where I am. So, but I just can't stay away from you guys. You're awesome. I've already been, but I'm going to choose Elisa as well because Dan said he looks up to Linda. Well, so do I. But I look up mainly to Lisa because she's like a mother figure. And she's always smiling. She's always encouraging people to participate. So thank you, Linda. I really appreciate your input.
Thank you. And I have to say, I'm so happy that I'm the last one, because I want to thank everyone for breaking the metrics tonight. Everyone did great job. And, you know, Willie and Rob just calling me Linda, and I love it. You know, this is, let's continue. Let's break the metrics we're caught in, and let's choose the one that will unite us, and we will now embrace everything that's in our life coming toward us. You're all amazing. Yeah, I will spend another hour, you know, if I'll pick each and every one of you.
See what I mean? I rest my case.
No, right. This is perfect. We're breaking the metrics.
All right. Thank you all for joining and taking part. Please continue to join us every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 Central Time. Bring your friends. And please, as you can see the display, follow us. Click like, share, subscribe to us. You can see all the past events on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure to hit the bell icon on Facebook to receive notifications about our future events. You can RSVP for our future events on Facebook and Meetup. Our next event is called What is Spirituality? This word has become difficult to define lately, since it subscribes to many different things. We are going to talk about what spirituality is and how we can tap into spiritual reality. Please RSVP us, and we will see you next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you. Love you all. To a blessing.
Love you
Thank
guys. Big hugs.
Big
Big
hug.
hugs. Thank you. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Amazing.
Kira,
Take care now.
love you, Roberta, so much.
Love you too, Susie. Love
Great
everybody.
session.
It was
Love
fun.
you guys.
Fun.
Willie, keep dancing. Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.